Are you ready to time travel with me? Not too far, just back about 6 months. This now hefty little beast was my everyday journal that got me from July through to December 2025, and we're going to flip through every page. Hi, I'm Erin. I make journaling and stationery and book content here on YouTube, and if you're keen to see the 6 months that came before this for a full year overview, I have that video linked up here. As always, let's start off the flip through with a little mini review of the notebook. I think you can see that I worked this one hard. This is the Gold Vintage A5 journal from Tiefossi in the blue colorway. It has become a bit of a brick, and still the spine had kind of no troubles holding up to everything I threw at it. I didn't feel like anything was compromised. I didn't feel like I had to slow down. I glued cardstock in here for some of my memory keeping stuff. I painted on pages with fountain pen ink, and I used Cricut foil to make major parts of designs in some of these setups, and the journal just went, yeah, I can take it. Shall we begin? One of my favorite little rituals in any new journal is to decorate the inside cover, the inside nameplate page, just to make it really feel like it's mine. Quite often this process of decorating the nameplate page actually happens on a live stream with my channel members, so I'll have this one linked in the description in case you want to check that out, as well as all of the individual setups that we're about to see, just in case you want to get your hands on any particular stationery or anything. I apparently was going to put a quote here and I never did, but for journal integrity, it might not be a bad idea for me to glue these 2 pages together, so that's not the end of the world. This lovely soft blue floral theme, I wanted to really match to the cover of the journal. I have really been enjoying blue lately. It's always kind of been my favorite color, but I have leaned into it a lot in the journal, and I like to think my italic calligraphy has improved a bit too. Did not set one single goal for the second half of the year, or if I did, it never made it to this page. And do you know what? That's okay. I would like to be a voice of reason for you here if you're someone who deals with notebook anxiety, if you leave a page blank or have a month where you use your journal a lot less or not at all. Like, that is actually fine. It's normal. In fact, I would go so far as to say some parts of my trackers are definitely more used than others, and I think that's a reflection of how useful things are to us in the moment. Sometimes you'll use something heavily for weeks or months and then it stops being useful to you. Like these reset checklists, like I had this monthly list of things I was going to do to reset every month. Didn't happen every month, clearly. And this weekly reset, not a chance. That barely even got off the ground. Let's quickly go through my bingo board and just see what I managed to achieve versus what I didn't. This is not one of those what I predict to happen in the world kind of bingo boards, not like what Hank Green does or anything. This is more of a personal, cute things I'd like to do. Travel to a new Australian city, I did manage that. I went to Bowral in New South Wales. I did not get to see Vaudeville Smash live, my favourite Aussie band, because they did not come to Queensland. Learn a song on Melodian. I'm currently trying to learn the button accordion, which is otherwise called Melodian. And I can indeed play Speed the Plough with one hand. I can't harmonise it yet. And quite badly, I can play Lads a Bunch'em. So I'm giving myself that. Pantry declutter. We did this. I did indeed reorganize my stationery, although that is an ongoing process. I did kind of overhaul my system twice within the year. I didn't learn a new jig. This is a folk Morris dancing thing. Maybe this year, we'll see. I did try a new dance style. I took some Regency dancing classes in 2025 and loved it. I created a couple of digital products, but they were for my channel members. I just kind of gave them away, so they weren't for sale. I did not go bowling, and I did not read a book in one day, not even a short one. I did run a workshop. In fact, I ran 2. I ran my adventure journaling workshop for a hen's party, a bachelorette party, and I also ran a modern calligraphy workshop at my second home, Stash World, for their 24-hour craftathon, which was great. It was the early morning slot. That was a little brutal, but it was such a good time. Get an oven. We did this. Oh my God, we have an oven. I have made scones and a cake. We've been using the stove so much. It's been fantastic. We are really enjoying it. We didn't have one for 5 years. Free space, I guess. Even with that, I don't think I've made it to any bingos, but that's okay. Create a physical product. I didn't do that. Well, I made some sticker sheets for the workshops and for my reading journal of destiny that I gave away. I'm still working on turning those into a downloadable printable thing for you guys, by the way. Keep an eye out. But I didn't make a physical product and sell it, so we're going with no for that one. Do the Procreate course. I didn't do that either, but I've done some Procreate classes recently. Sew a top, didn't do that. Go skating, I think I did that 3 or 4 times, which was great. Watch the sunrise, I did that from a car. go to a museum. I did that in Sydney, which was great. I did not go to the movies in 2025, but I did see a musical. I saw The Lord of the Rings, a musical tale twice. It was fantastic. I loved it. I have been singing The Cat and the Moon ever since. Such a great tune. Be a podcast guest. I didn't do that in 2025. And I didn't write a song. I haven't done that in years. I didn't go swimming, but I did sew a dress. I made a Regency dress, in fact, a Regency inspired dress for the Jane Austen ball that I attended in August. So no bingos, but lots of accomplishments. And I'm pretty happy with that. I also used some spare pages in here to plan my next journal before I went ahead and set it up, and that was really useful. You'll find many a fountain pen swatch in many random places throughout my journals. These ones are actually quite recent. I think I just needed a spare page and there weren't many left, she says as she comes across a blank spread. A little bit of bleeding going on there from the inks. Oh my goodness, this was such a fun and challenging theme to set up. This little Art Deco moment had been living rent-free in my mind for a while, and I wanted to execute it in a way that looked really, really clean. And I think I did manage to somewhat pull that off. In case you haven't seen the setup for this one, all of the gold, the decorations, the lettering, all of this is Cricut vinyl. That took like 2.5 hours to cut all of the elements, actually longer because I had to do more for my weeklies once I was ready to set those up. So much weeding being when you get the little hook thing and you take out the vinyl in the spaces where you don't need it to be. That took hours. This whole thing took hours, but do you know what? Now that I'm a bit removed from it, it looks great. I'm really impressed with myself. I've got my little stamp, I think that's from Holly, little frog. I learned so much about my Cricut doing this. I also ran out of my gold matte vinyl and I tried to replace it and I bought the wrong one. This one had glitter in it. It did not work anywhere near as well, but it does go to show if you have a Cricut and you want to use it for your journal and you have an overabundance of vinyl like I had, it can be done. I don't remember, I must have only done up to the 27th here and I didn't want to cut more headers, so I just wrote them for my last weekly. For the past few years, I've been including some memory keeping spreads in between each of my monthly setups, and that has been so much fun. I'm moving them to their own journal this year. Goodness, when are we? 2026? Hello. Sometimes I put a bit more effort into the spreads and sometimes I just put whatever is around, and that is just fine. August. Once again, trying to utilize the Cricut a lot more in my journal across these couple of months. These are Canva elements that I just changed the colors to what I wanted, printed them out, cut them with the Cricut, and teamed them up with a couple of other little bits and pieces, some stickers from Journal Say, some tapes from the washi tape shop, and came away with something a little bit Art Nouveau inspired, although I would have liked it to be more Art Nouveau than this. Still had a pretty good time. You can see some things haven't been fully filled out, and that is fine. My journal is a tool for me. I use it when I need it, and at the times that I don't reach for it, I'm not going to beat myself up. Even when journaling is your job, I think it's okay to miss a week or two, or several. Look at this, I never even set up the last weekly for August. We just finished off here on the 24th, and that's it. To be fair, I was hurriedly trying to sew a dress at this point. This was also about the time that I completely overhauled my office. I got this desk. Everything changed very quickly with the way that my office was set out. I ended up making 2 very long decluttering videos going through all of my stuff, and I started working on the reorganizing, and do you know what? I still haven't finished. I promise that video will come once I finally work out where everything should go. Oh, this is stationery store day. That was so much fun. The reorganizing has been a process, and I have had to declutter several more times throughout that process. This is the dress I sewed. I'm so proud of it. Not bad for a beginner. I'd never done anything like it, and had never done anything with that kind of difficult fabric before. I so enjoyed including all of this stuff in my journal. I have really fallen off adding photos to my memory keeping spreads though, so I'm hoping having those in their own journal will re-motivate me to keep printing stuff, maybe make some more use of my little Instax instant camera too. This September theme was a massive challenge, but so much fun. The color scheme was chosen by my channel members in a poll, and I was like, oh man, what am I going to do with that? And then I loved it. So unexpected, right? Like a burgundy, maroon, soft pink, and this seafoam green kind of a color, mint kind of, yeah. Pretty happy with how this came together. And I was using my journal quite consistently at this point too, which is always nice to see it getting filled in. The meal planner comes and goes depending on how organized I'm feeling. I really like this theme. It seems to be getting less red as it continues though, particularly through these weeklies. Not so much of the, oh, here we go, bit of burgundy going on. Oh, I really like the weekly tasks within the frames. Not a huge amount of room for writing things, but they look cool, don't they? Yeah, that's fun. We're into spring in Australia in September, so this is the Toowoomba Carnival of Flowers, all about those florals. Oh, look, spare couple of pages here. Oh, right. I guess I was expecting a lot more to go on here. Here's another little bingo. This one's a bit smaller. This is my spring bucket list, which I didn't even completely finish deciding what I wanted on it, but I did manage to do quite a bit of the stuff, achieve quite a few of the goals that I set for myself. I did indeed visit a flower festival, as you just saw. I did 2 spring manicures for myself, which is cute. Whenever I have cute nails on, I DIY'd them. I did have brunch in a cafe, probably a couple times. I have been pressing flowers. I have a whole journal for it. I did end up buying some new sandals, but I didn't do that until summer. I did read outside for an afternoon on the beach and it was so glorious. I would like to do more of that in 2026. I didn't make a spring mood board necessarily, and I have some flower seeds that I wanted to plant, but I left it a bit too late, so I'm gonna relocate that goal to next spring. Spring clean the kitchen. I guess we actually kind of did this. It didn't happen in spring, but it has happened quite recently. I won't color it in though. I donated some unwanted clothes. I did indeed have a picnic. It was a stationery picnic. It was so much fun. I didn't go to any farmers markets. I didn't have ice cream and stroll along the river. I didn't paint outside, but I did make a spring playlist and it slaps. I was probably expecting to catalogue some of that stuff here, but that didn't happen. Not to worry, we're into October. I love this theme. I took a little break from trying to make the cricket a major part of my process in September, but we're back into it for October. If you've seen my vlog from November where I had the hardest time getting cricket foil to work for me, the reason I was so shocked by that, trying to do foiling and print then cut, is because I'd done foiling on its own for a bunch of this theme and it turned out great. So I was like, what do you mean it doesn't work? Like, look at these letter stickers for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all cricket foil and then cut, just no printing element involved. They turned out wonderfully. So I was really shocked when adding a printed element made the whole thing go haywire. And these little blobbies, this is fountain pen ink. I learned very quickly from the first one. You can't tell so much here because I've covered up the bleedy bits with some white paint marker, but it does kind of seep through the page if you're not careful. I started applying less after that, and I also tried to match up where I was applying them on the pages. So like bottom of here, also bottom of here, because then you really couldn't see it so much at all. October was a bit wild. I have not used my journal very much here at all, but I love the theme and it's just nice to look back through. So I think I'm okay with that. Lots of stuff from Sterling ink going on in this one. Obviously the fountain pen inks as well. And this was also when I started choosing one of my fountain pens and inks to ink it up with and just writing with that for the following month. So that was really fun. This was a Pilot Prayer and I inked it up with Waringel's Frankenstein, which just felt so appropriate for spooky season. So you'll really start to see me embracing color in my everyday writing from this point onwards. I have been having fun with that. I never thought I'd be someone who didn't want to write in black all the time, but it's fun. I feel like a little alchemist when I'm filling my pens with my inks. Romanticize what you can, right? A little bit of October memory keeping here. Oh yeah, we also went to a Celtic festival and did some Scottish country dancing, which was great. We got this beautiful birthday card from Courtney. It is the most beautiful card I think I have ever received. And it has well wishings from her cats, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. I went to the Melbourne Pen and Stationery show, but I didn't have room for that memory keeping here, even though it was in October. So more of that memory keeping is going to happen after the November pages. This color scheme was quite out of my comfort zone. Yellow is not a color that I really ever gravitate towards, but I love how this looks. Again, it's hectic. She's not using the journal at this point, and in October as well. I was trying to churn out 3 videos a week, and that was too much for me, unfortunately. I had some big energy issues throughout 2025, but I'm feeling a lot better, so hopefully 2026 is the year that we're really on the upswing. I guess we'll find out. If you go back through some of my old videos, I once said that I thought 2020 felt like it was going to be a great year, so we won't listen to what I have to say about these things. Here is our memory keeping from the Melbourne Pen and Stationery show and surrounds the other things that I got up to while I was in the area. This is Jessie. She owns Stash World. She's the cutest. If you ever get the chance to go to a stationery event with your friends, please do. It was so much fun. We had such a good time. I really enjoyed every second. Also, when you get a cute takeaway bag, that's a journaling opportunity too, isn't it? Junk journal girls know. And we're into December with my little bow. Every time I come back here, I like to fluff it up so it's 3D again. I think if you stare at this for too long and move your eyes around a bunch, you could probably get dizzy, but I like it anyway. It's very soft girl Christmas, and I think that's quite cute. Check it out. She's using a green pen now. Back here in November, it was a light purple. This was my beautiful hand-turned pens, like a maker pen that I got when I was in York in England in 2024, inked with Waringall's Jane Eyre, which was a really good match for this theme, I thought. And this one is my cute little Sailor Pro Gear Slim, which is just such a good match, honestly, to the whole theme, don't you think? And I inked it up with Ferris Wheel Press's Hampton Harbour Sage and just had the most fun writing anything in December, except for habits, apparently. That didn't happen. Neither did routines. We've retired this spread now. I posted a lot less videos than I planned to in December. I was very, very tired. I got sick again for like the 4th time in 2025. And I just had to take it easy and be a bit nice to myself and say, do you know what? It's okay if you aren't that prolific in December. I know it's the month that YouTube wants you to post a lot. I just didn't have it in me. But we're back and we're back into the routine and it's all going really well. Christmas junk journaling is always a joy. These are from my wonderful Secret Santa Dom. She is such a sweetheart. I got so much great stuff from my Secret Santa. I spent Void Week through to New Year's at Woodford Folk Festival with my Morris dancers, as I always do. Wow, okay. I placed my wristband in here. Oh, that's disgusting. I should have checked that first. Wow, wow, wow. You have to wear this wristband for the entirety of the festival. It did not occur to me that maybe I should wash it first, and it has turned part of my pages brown. Gross. My friend Rachel and I also always go see the Queensland Ballet's production of The Nutcracker for Christmas, and it was so much fun. I took my mum this year too. This was a little stamp rally sheet from the pen show that I had forgotten to include. Some more pen swatchy type stuff. These were actually from the mystery journal. As I plan things out, I put sticky notes around and sometimes reuse them for future months and things. So I guess when I was done with them, I was just moving them in here. I have a little acknowledgement of country here that I took from a magazine. I just thought that would be a nice thing to include in my journal as well. This is an Australian thing, if you aren't familiar. And do I have anything in the pocket? Oh, I do. Oh, okay. I have some of these. I can't remember what this tape was called, something rosé. The one that I used way back at the beginning on this cover spread, just chilling in the back. They were also in my September theme, so that's probably why they're here. I'll take those out just so I don't lose them. And that is everything that's inside my second journal for 2025. Let me know in the comments down below which size journal you're using for your main journal in 2026. And what color is it? I'm really curious. I have moved into this traveler size notebook therapy. It's also blue. There are a couple of videos about this journal on the channel already, so you can check out the link in the corner up here in case you want to find out more. And underneath that is a link to a video that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Happy journaling in 2026.